Imagine this. It's 1945. Deep inside the Austrian Alps, a group of Allied soldiers push open the rusted gates of a salt mine. The tunnels are dark, silent, and cold. Their boots echo on stone as they descend deeper and deeper. Suddenly, their lanterns flicker across wooden crates stacked to the ceiling. They open one, freeze in shock. Inside lies a priceless masterpiece by Michelangelo. Another crate reveals a Van Eyck, another a Rembrandt. But then, horror strikes. Around the art are hundreds of explosives, wired and ready to detonate. One wrong move, and the cultural history of humanity would be blown to dust forever. This was no ordinary mission. This was the work of a secret group of men who risked their lives not for land, not for power, but to rescue the very soul of civilization. They were known as the Monuments Men. During World War II, Adolf Hitler had an obsession unlike any other dictator. He didn't just want to conquer countries, he wanted to conquer culture. His dream was to build the Führer Museum in Linz, Austria, a massive gallery that would hold the world's greatest art. To fill it, the Nazis looted millions of paintings, sculptures, manuscripts, and relics. Entire museums were emptied. Jewish families were robbed of treasures passed down for generations. The scale was unimaginable. By 1945, the Nazis had stolen an estimated 5 million works of art. Some were hidden in castles, others in bunkers. But the largest stashes were buried deep in mines, where the stable temperatures could protect them. The Allies realized that if Hitler's armies succeeded, centuries of history would vanish. So in 1943, they created a unit unlike any other, the Monuments, Fine Arts, and Archives program. Its soldiers were not traditional warriors. They were art historians, curators, architects, archaeologists, men who once worked in museums and universities. Suddenly, they were thrust into the front lines of war. Their mission was almost impossible: save Europe's cultural treasures while the bombs were still falling. The most dangerous mission of all came in April 1945. Rumors spread of a secret Nazi vault inside the Altaussee salt mine in Austria. But this was no ordinary stash. Whispers claimed it contained some of the greatest treasures of Western civilization: Michelangelo's Bruges Madonna, Van Eyck's Ghent altarpiece, works by Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Da Vinci. But there was a terrifying catch. Hitler's Nero decree ordered that if Germany fell, all these treasures were to be destroyed. The mine was packed with explosives. If triggered, the world would lose masterpieces that could never be replaced. When the Monuments Men entered the mine, the silence was suffocating. The tunnels stretched for miles, disappearing into blackness. Every crate they opened was a gamble: art or dynamite. Imagine their fear. One wrong step, one spark, and the entire mountain could collapse, burying both the soldiers and history itself. But what they discovered defied belief. The mine held over 6,500 paintings, sculptures, tapestries, and manuscripts, stacked like forgotten treasure in a tomb. It was the greatest hidden art collection in history. For days, the Monuments Men and local miners worked side by side, dismantling explosives and carrying out crates. Slowly, piece by piece, civilization was saved. By the end of the war, the Monuments Men had recovered millions of stolen works. Some were returned to museums, others to families who had lost everything. But many mysteries remain. Even today, thousands of pieces are missing. Masterpieces that vanished into the fog of war, hidden in secret vaults or stolen on the black market. Somewhere, perhaps in an abandoned bunker or a forgotten attic, treasures worth billions are still waiting to be found. The Monuments Men proved that not all battles are fought with bullets. Some are fought with courage, knowledge, and an unshakable belief that art is worth dying for. Their story remained hidden for decades, overshadowed by larger battles. But today, their legacy lives on. Modern armies now include cultural protection officers inspired by this unit. So next time you visit a museum and admire a centuries-old painting, remember this: it may have survived the darkest war in history thanks to a handful of professors, artists, and curators who turned the battlefield into a rescue mission for human civilization.